The moment my husband picked up my phone, I knew everything was over. Not because he yelled, not because he confronted me, but because he didn't hesitate. He just unlocked it, read everything, and then did something I never saw coming. He started typing. My husband, Daniel, and I had been married for 6 years. From the outside, we looked fine. We didn't argue much. We had stable lives. Everything seemed normal. But inside, something had changed. We had drifted into routines, short conversations, long silences, the kind of quiet that slowly replaces everything that used to matter. And instead of fixing it, I looked for something else. That's when I met Ryan. He worked in a different department, but we crossed paths during a project. From the start, he was different. Confident, engaging, direct. He paid attention to me in a way I hadn't felt in years. "You seem like someone who's bored," he said once. I laughed it off, but it stuck with me. Because part of me knew it was true. We started talking more. Then texting, then messaging late at night. And eventually, it crossed the line. The first time it happened, I told myself it was a mistake. But I didn't stop. Because it felt good. Because it made me feel alive again. And because I convinced myself I deserved it. The affair lasted 3 months. 3 months of lies. Of sneaking around. Of pretending everything at home was fine. I deleted messages. Covered my tracks. Carefully balanced 2 lives. And for a while, I thought I was getting away with it. Until that night. I was sitting on the couch texting Ryan. Daniel was in the kitchen. Or at least, I thought he was. I didn't hear him walk in. Didn't notice him standing behind me. I didn't realize anything was wrong. Until my phone was suddenly gone from my hands. My heart stopped. "Daniel." But he was already reading. The silence that followed was suffocating. I couldn't move. Couldn't speak. I just watched his face as he scrolled through everything. Every message. Every lie. Every moment I thought I had hidden. "How long?" he asked. His voice was calm. Too calm. 3 months, I said quietly. There was no point in denying it. He nodded slowly, like he expected that answer. "I see." That was it. No yelling, no anger. Just those 2 words. And somehow, that made it worse. "I'm sorry," I said quickly. "I didn't mean for it to—" He held up his hand. "Stop." I went quiet. Because something about the way he said it told me this wasn't going to go the way I expected. Then my phone buzzed. A new message? From Ryan. Daniel looked down at the screen, then back at me. "What does he think is happening right now?" he asked. I swallowed. "He doesn't know." Daniel nodded. "Of course he doesn't." Then he sat down, right across from me, and unlocked my phone again. "What are you doing?" I asked. He didn't answer. He just opened the message and started typing. "Daniel, don't—" Too late. He hit send. My heart was pounding so hard I could barely breathe. "What did you say?" I asked. He turned the phone toward me. The message read, "Her husband knows. You should come over." My stomach dropped. "Why would you send that?" Daniel leaned back calmly. "Because I want to see what kind of man he is." "This isn't a game," I said. "No," he replied. "It isn't." Ryan responded almost immediately. "What?" Then, "Is this a joke?" Daniel typed again. "No, come over." I felt sick. "Stop," I said. But he didn't. He just placed the phone on the table and waited. 20 minutes later, there was a knock at the door. My entire body tensed. Daniel stood up calmly and walked to the door. When he opened it, Ryan was standing there. Nervous, confused, unprepared. The moment Ryan saw me behind Daniel, everything clicked. "Oh," he said quietly. Daniel stepped aside. "Come in." Ryan hesitated, then walked inside. The tension in the room was unbearable. We all sat down. No one spoke for a few seconds. Then Daniel broke the silence. "So," he said calmly, "you're the one she's been seeing." Ryan didn't answer. He just looked at me, like he was waiting for me to fix this. But I couldn't. Daniel leaned forward slightly. "Let me ask you something," he said. Ryan swallowed. "Okay." Daniel's voice stayed calm. "Do you actually want her?" The question caught Ryan off guard. "What?" "You heard me." Ryan hesitated. "I mean, yeah." Daniel nodded slowly. "Then take her." My heart dropped. "What?" I said. Daniel didn't look at me. He kept his eyes on Ryan. "If she's what you want, take her." Ryan looked confused. "This doesn't feel right. It's not supposed to," Daniel said. Then he finally turned to me. "You spent 3 months choosing him behind my back." His voice was steady. "Now you get to choose him in front of me." The weight of that hit me instantly. "Daniel, please." But he shook his head. "No." Ryan stood up. "This is messed up," he said. "I didn't sign up for this." Daniel nodded. "Exactly." Ryan looked at me one last time, then turned and walked out. Just like that. No hesitation, no fight, no choice. The door closed, and the silence that followed was unbearable. Daniel finally spoke. "That's who you risked everything for." Tears filled my eyes. "I didn't know. But you didn't ask either," he said. He stood up. "I've already filed for divorce." My world stopped. "What?" "I found out 2 weeks ago." 2 weeks. He had known, and said nothing. "I thought about confronting you," he continued, "but I wanted to see the truth." His eyes met mine. "Now I have." That was the moment I realized something I wish I had understood sooner. It wasn't just that I cheated. It was that when everything was exposed, there was nothing real left to stand on. And he proved it. With one message.